Welcome to Special Education with Hamid Naqvi. स्पेशल एजुकेटर्स की मुकाबले के इम्तिहान के लिए तैयारी के लिए हम MCQs का सिलसिला जारी रखें। ये इस सिलसिले का पार्ट 2 है। आइए शुरू करते हैं। पहला सवाल, What is prevalence of hearing impairment among the persons with disabilities in Pakistan? Number 1, 2 to 3%. Number 2, 7 to 9%. Number 3, 5%. And number 4, none. What is the prevalence of hearing impairment among the persons with disabilities in Pakistan? Answer is, correct answer is G, 7 to 9% is the prevalence of hearing impairment among the persons with disabilities in Pakistan. Next question G. An obstruction to air conduction that prevents the proper transmission of sound waves through external auditory canal is referred to as number 1, sensory hearing loss, number 2, auditory hearing loss, number 3, conductive hearing loss, and number 4, prelingual hearing loss. Answer is this G. An obstruction to air conduction that prevents the proper transmission of sound waves through external auditory canal is referred to as conductive hearing loss is the correct one. Next question. An observation in sensory receptors of the inner ear is suffering to as sensory hearing loss, auditory hearing loss, conductive hearing loss, or prelingual hearing loss. Answer is sensory hearing loss is the answer. Correct answer. Next question. What does ABR stand for? Auditory brainstem response, auditory brainstem report, oral brainstem report, or auditory brain response. What does ABR stand for? Answer is auditory brainstem response. Next question. Deafness refers to a person who has a hearing loss in the range of 9 dB and above, 41 to 55 dB, 56 to 70 dB, and 70 to 90 dB. Deafness refers to a person who has a hearing loss in the range of, and the answer is 70 to 90 dB loss is deafness to a person who has a hearing loss in the range of 70 to 90 dB. That is called deafness. Next question. Hard of hearing refers to a person who has hearing loss in the range of number 1, 90 dB and above, number 2, 41 to 55 dB, next 56 to 70 dB, and 70 to 90 dB. Hard of hearing refers to a person who has hearing loss in the range of, let's see the answer. Hard of hearing refers to a person who has hearing loss in the range of 56 to 70 dB. Next question is, mild hearing loss refers to a person who have hearing loss in the range of 90 dB and above, 41 to 55, 56 to 70 dB, and 70 to 90 dB. Mild hearing loss. So mild hearing loss is between 41 to 55 dBg. That is the correct answer. Mild hearing loss. Next question. Many children with hearing impairment have academic and cognitive deficiencies or developmental lacks due to low intelligence, short memory, language processing, communication difficulties. Which one is correct? The answer is, many children with hearing impairment have academic and cognitive deficiency and developmental lacks due to, answer is, communication difficulties. Hearing loss in both ears is referred to as unilateral hearing loss, bilateral hearing loss, congenital hearing loss, acquired hearing loss. G. Hearing loss in both ears is referred to as bilateral hearing loss is the correct answer. Next question. Some children with hearing impairment experience social emotional difficulties due to low intelligence, short memory, bad attitude of society, and communication difficulties. Some children with hearing impairment experience social emotional difficulties. Answer is communication difficulties is the answer. Next is total communication in the classroom means total use of sign language, total use of oral communication, use of communication tools, use of oral and manual languages. Total communication in the classroom means use of oral and manual languages is correct answer. Next question is, the children with hearing impairment are educated to live in their deaf culture through special education, negative attitude of others, parents' value systems, and deaf community. The children with hearing impairment are educated to live in their deaf culture through, correct answer is, deaf community. Next question is, before referral for a clinical assessment of hearing loss, the assessment of hearing loss which is generally performed in schools is referred to as educational assessment, pure tone audiometry, pre-assessment, or pre-referral assessment. Before referral for clinical assessment of hearing loss, the assessment of hearing loss which is generally performed in schools is referred to as pre-referral assessments. Next, best early intervention of hearing impairment child must start before first birthday, second birthday, third birthday, or fourth birthday. Best early intervention of hearing impairment child must start before first birthday is the correct answer. On the basis of operation, hearing aids are divided into analog hearing aids, digital hearing aids, hybrid hearing aids, all of the above. On the basis of operation. Hearing aids are divided into all of the above, all three. Children with deafness are compared with their counterparts in regular schools in terms of oral communication, language processing, cognitive ability, academic progress. Children with deafness are compared with their counterparts in regular schools in terms of academic progress. That is the correct answer. Children with deafness are compared with their counterparts in regular schools in terms of academic progress. Next question is OAE is a method to see if an infant has a hearing loss. What does OAE stands for? Online acoustic examination, auto-acoustic examination, online acoustic examination, and auto-acoustic emission. The answer is G, auto-acoustic emission. Next question is, on audiogram, a horizontal straight line at 90 dB indicates that child is deaf across all frequencies, hard of hearing across all frequencies, deaf on low frequency, hard of hearing on high frequency. On audiogram, horizontal straight line at 90 dB indicates that child is deaf across all frequency is the correct answer. Which of the following is not the part of IEP? IEP committee, IEP follow-up, transition services, specific objectives. Which one of the following is not part of IEP? The answer is specific objectives is not part of the IEP. Best tool for integration of the deaf with mainstream society is IEP, inclusive education, integration of schools, or friendly welfare system. Best tool for integration. Best tool for integration of the deaf with mainstream society is inclusive education. Next question is, if the effective participation of parents in IEP committee is not ensured, the IEP may become harmful, effective, slow, redundant. If the effective participation of parents is not ensured in IEP committee, the answer is redundant. Next question is, which of the following IEP activity provide baseline information in order to move ahead? Specific objective, general assessment, current level of performance, and transition services. The question is, which of the following IEP activity provides baseline information in order to move ahead? The answer is general assessment. What is the briefly title of latest UN Convention about the welfare of persons with disabilities? CRC, CRPD, CHR, MDN. G, the answer is CRPD. United Nations Convention about the welfare of persons with disabilities. Next question is, the national policy of persons with disabilities was approved which year? G, 1988, 1998, 1988, 1998, 2007 and 2002. The answer is 2002. The collection of the relevant information in order to solve educational problem of a child is referred to as educational assessment, educational diagnosis, educational measurement, or educational evaluation. The answer is educational diagnosis, the collection of relevant information in order to solve educational problem. Educational diagnosis. That is all for today. Thank you very much for staying on and bearing us. Stay blessed.